Well, good morning. It is the 31st of August 2021, and welcome to another daily devotional. This morning, my time with Jesus, I was in John chapter 6, and what really struck out to me was verse 28 and 29. This is what it says. Then they said to him, "What must we do to be doing the works of God?" Jesus answered them, "This is the work of God, that you believe in him whom he has sent." Whenever it gets right down to it, what is it that God requires of us? He requires that we believe in Jesus. That's where salvation comes from, is belief in Jesus. It is in the person of Jesus Christ that we find our fullness, that we find our hope, we find our joy, we find our peace. It's through him that we are saved. And we're saved by faith through grace, or by grace through faith, not by works so that no one may boast. And so Jesus says to the people who ask him, well, what are the works of God? Well, the work of God is this, to believe in the one whom he sent. Later on, John is on the island of Patmos, and Jesus gives him this vision, and it's a book of Revelation that he's seeing. And in Revelation 2:5, Jesus is speaking to the church in Ephesus, which is John's home church. It's the church he has responsibility for, or one of the churches he has responsibility for. And Jesus says to them, listen, guys, you need to repent and do the works that you did at first. Otherwise, I'm going to come and take away your lampstand. And people have thought about, well, what are the works that the church in Ephesus did at first? And you can go back to the book of Ephesus, you can go back to Acts and find out about the stuff that happened in the book of Ephesus, which, I mean, the very first thing that really happened was they believed and then they got baptized in the Spirit, and then God moved in their midst. And so, whenever it talks about do the works that you did at first, it's not talking about doing good things. It's not talking about works or deeds. It's not talking about, being nice to one another and, helping old ladies across the street and that kind of thing. What it's talking about is believe Jesus. Believe Jesus. I mean, how often did Jesus say to the disciples, guys, just believe? Just believe. And so, whenever it comes to us as people who are in God's church, and whenever it comes to repenting of dead works and doing the works that we did at first, it just comes down to the simple thing: believe Jesus. Believe Jesus. It's by faith you have been saved, and not by works, so that no one can boast. Folks, I want to encourage you today. Just stop for a moment. Maybe repent of some of the things you thought you were doing that were pleasing God, and get back to just the very basic, fundamental truth. Believe Jesus, because he is worth believing. Have a great day.